Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Oh, we are grooving this morning. I wish you could hear the music that's playing, but I don't want you to because then we'll get sued with the royalties. But it's like a John Hughes movie in here, everybody. Welcome to Hy-Vee Today for Thursday, September 5th. This is Tony Tone. Good to be with you. A little crisp start to the day. You know, we do this show live around 8:30-ish. If you watch it at night on cable, of course, it doesn't really do a lot for you. But I was surprised when I got into the vehicle and and it said it was 55 outside. You know what I could have used was Iowa Hawkeye hooded sweatshirt. So this is pretty cool, right? I don't know if this is going to fit. I could do you want me to try it on? Awkwardly try it on? Why not, right? Do I have to buy it if I try it on and it doesn't fit? Let's see. It's going to totally mess up my hair. Ooh, it's soft. Very yellow, too, right? Or gold, I should say. Oh, there we go. How's that? Is that a good look? I feel like I look like a giant Twinkie right now. Not too shabby. So we've got, it's a little snug. This one will be stretched out if you need to buy it. We've got Iowa Hawkeye hooded sweatshirts, sweatshirts without hoods. I'm definitely going to take this off. I'm going to get way too hot with all these lights. Ugh. Shirts, hats, socks, koozies. If you love the Iowa Hawkeyes or Iowa State, we've got you ready to go. Great setup of apparel right near the CBI Superbank. Didn't mess my hair up too much. Used a little bit of extra hairspray today. So yeah, it's good to be with you. A lot of things going on Thursday here in the store. Each and every Thursday, we've got the steak dinner. So if you don't want to cook, starting at 4 o'clock, you can come and see us. We'll get you taken care of in that regard. And today's also my birthday. So I'm 36 now. And I don't know what you do when you're 36. But Vicky's saying I'm young. I don't feel young. I've got aches. I've got pains. I've got gray hairs. I just put a hooded sweatshirt on awkwardly and took it off awkwardly. Vicky's wondering why she's here now. But it feels good to be with y'all, and I thank you for watching. If you're joining us live on Facebook, thanks for being here. Or if, again, you're catching this tonight on Muscatine Power and Water cable at 7:30 or 10:30 p.m., we appreciate it. All right, Vicki Walters is here. She is the Support and Education Programs Coordinator with NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness for the region that we're in, which includes the Quad Cities and Muscatine. It's great to see you.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
I feel like we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we have.
Back to my Quad City radio days.
You've been a great supporter for us, so we appreciate it.
So, and Vicky's here because guess what, y'all? In just a few short weeks, the annual... Now, do I say it wrong? NAMI. You say NAMI, right?
Kind of depends.
I said NAMI.
Yeah,
but
kind of depends.
Does it matter?
No, I've heard both, depending what area you're in or from. Or
that's my Chicago accent.
We
NAMI.
We use NAMI a lot, but I do hear NAMI.
So the NAMI walk is coming up on Saturday, September 21st, and that is in Bettendorf, Veterans Park.
Veterans Memorial, new location for us this year.
Good.
We've moved from Modern Woodman. We're going to try out the Veterans Memorial Park in Bettendorf.
I like that a lot. We've got the website pulled up. And Vicki, for folks, I guess I mentioned the walk so we can kind of make it like a save the date. You still have time to get registered, including day of. But I want to circle back and maybe just give folks a little bit of substance when we talk about National Alliance on Mental Illness. 1 in 5 Americans are dealing with that.
Yes.
Right?
Yep,
and I wonder if you can give us a little bit of background on maybe your experience with NAMI, what you're able to do for folks, because it really is a lot. There's a lot of programs that are out there, and I hope that if you watch this,
and we've really expanded, are expanding very much so in the past 3 or 4 years.
Sure.
I got involved in NAMI in 2004. What's great about our programs and organization, Tony, is we don't use professionals or providers to run our groups and programs. We use folks that have the same lived experience. So I took the Family to Family, which is our evidence-based program for family members and their loved ones. I had a mom undiagnosed for, now that I look back, probably over 25 years of my life.
Wow.
Always committed to drug and alcohol treatment centers, thinking there was an alcohol problem. So I got hooked up with NAMI in 2004, was able to get my mom the right proper mental health diagnosis of bipolar.
Sure.
Able to get her on the right treatment and recovery plan. And then from there on, I became a teacher, a state trainer, and I've been kind of paying it forward, helping other families that's been through that same lived experience as myself.
And why do you think, and it is incredible when you talk about those experiences that people have firsthand, and like yourself, that you were able to, because I can't even imagine how much that was to deal with, and then to go, okay, I got my mom the help she needs, now I want to help strangers. That's incredible. It's very empowering. And I just wonder, is it part of this? Because we definitely have a stigma when it comes to talking about mental health
we sure
in this
do.
country.
It's not like, it's not your casserole illness, right?
Well,
where somebody sends you a card or...
The thing that and it's whether it's a good example or not, and I've said this for years, come October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we got no problem talking about breast cancer awareness and everything that goes along with that. But as soon as you bring up a topic about like mental health awareness or mental health conditions, people kind of shudder.
They do.
Whether it makes them uncomfortable or not, the reality is, like I just said, 1 in 5 Americans have a mental health condition. It's not 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000. Vicki, it's 1 in 5. So, I mean, in the room that we're in right now, there's over 5 people.
Exactly.
But I don't know what we need to do. I mean, we definitely need to keep having conversations, certainly. But I just wish that we could lift that stigma, because it doesn't need to exist.
And I look back as my own personal experience as an adult, a young child dealing with a mother that, had an underlying symptoms there, but we don't know. I mean, as family members, we don't know how to help them, and I feel that's a lot of why our loved ones become homeless. We don't know what no one's told us. So these programs, I can't say enough, they teach us about communication, self-care for ourselves, the actual symptoms and diagnosis themselves, so we, as our loved ones, can support them and find them the right help and treatment.
And that's where, like, the walk can come into play, and getting everybody together and saying, hey, listen, you're not going through this alone. Empathy can go hand in hand with, talking about and breaking stigmas with mental health conditions. I mean, we definitely want people to be empathetic. And even if you don't have a firsthand experience, you can understand what somebody's going through and show your support. And that's where the walk has been such a great resource.
And we have about 1,200 walkers come and join us on Walk Day. So
1,200 is incredible.
It's, it may not be even people that's gone through our programs. They may not be there and ready to do that yet. But we want them to come out and enjoy the day with us.
It's absolutely
to raise
fantastic.
awareness.
And on the walk is in Bettendorf, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump from Muscatine. Certainly, Muscatine folks encouraged to take part in that again. September 21st.
Yes, for sure.
You can still get signed up, including day of.
But
I also know, Vicki, that there's a lot of efforts locally in Muscatine with respects to the Robert Young Center, which is via Unity Point Health, that's located, I believe, inside the Muscatine Center for Social Action on Iowa Avenue. And I know that you're trying to really encourage folks to get involved with this parent and caregiver support group, right?
Yeah, and Robert Young Center, we're really great, excited to partner with them. As you said, they're just now at the Peer Dropin Center they've been talking about at the MCSA. We have a 1616 Cedar location that I hope a lot of our community knows about. So a lot of great things happening in Muscatine for mental health. So we're looking at NAMI itself to start a Parents of Youth support group. We're hoping to do it out of that 1616 Cedar location. Hoping to start that this fall in October, November. So, but the big thing, like I mentioned to you earlier, is our programs are taught by folks that have that same lived experience. So we're looking for parents within Muscatine and the surrounding counties to kind of get a hold of NAMI, to get trained and step up and help us run these support groups.
That's a really big deal. Again, if you're able to take your experience, help others, and I know that, especially for parents and then the caregivers, making sure that they understand that they're supported and there's a network of people that are there for them.
And even a lot of grandparents, you know, they're raising those grandchildren today. So
right, absolutely. And like you lived, you know, you didn't really understand at the time what was maybe going on with your mom.
Yep,
but then, you know, you worked to help her get a diagnosis, and I mean, I imagine her quality of life improved immediately.
It did,
right? And that's again where the stigma, if we aren't willing to acknowledge if something is going on,
there is hope.
Right, and the good news is now more than ever in 2019, locally in the region, there are so many options, outlets available.
Yes.
So if you're not sure maybe what someone's going through and you care enough about them, boy, we've got places in our own backyard that can really help.
Yeah, really exciting with all these drop-in centers starting and support groups. So
it's a big deal. And yes, you're right. The peer drop-in center at MCSA was just on the news. Quad City News picked that story up, and that's a good thing to be able to talk about, because kids, for sure, now more than ever, you know, I think we can dismiss youth, and we shouldn't. Like, I think that being a kid now, going to school with technology like we have it in cyberbullying, it's a lot harder than it was even just, you know...
well, and the suicide rate, you know, so we really, you know, that's kind of where we want NAMI to kind of be there before that crisis or that suicide happens. So we thank you for helping us get the word out of this exciting stuff coming here.
Yeah, and one of the things I wanted to mention for sure was Sammy Motley with Motley May Photography.
Yes.
She did such a great job with her mental health awareness photo series that she did. And, you know, I've known Sammy for a couple of years now, and we're having a conversation one night, and she was thinking about doing it, and I just said, do it. Why not, you know?
And she's got a walk team. She's going to join us this year at our walk. Great. So, you know, we need her, so she'll be a good advocate.
And she was so excited to have that series of photos that she did with Motley May Photography generate like $1,100 for NAMI. So kudos to Sammy, because I know that, you know, she's had her own challenges that she's overcome in life, and then to be able to do that and capture those images and raise money, I was so proud of her.
Takes her to break that stigma, right?
Yeah, and there's her Facebook page, and you know, it's just one of those things you just gotta. You know, whether it's and you talk about these images that she captured, and they're powerful, and it can tell a story. And for me, what happened, Vicki, is I was looking at these pictures in the series, and I was thinking, I knew so many people that she photographed, but you don't know what they're going through. Because again, a lot of people probably are not super forthcoming and saying like, hey, you know what, I'm one of the 1 in 5 that have a mental health condition. I just hope that they feel empowered, encouraged to say that.
Well, and getting to that advocacy level, you know, you'd be surprised, you know, even being in an elevator and bringing up mental health, you know, you may not hear any reaction at the time, but it comes back later on down the road.
Absolutely. So. Well, it's unbelievable the amount of things and programs and services that the National Alliance on Mental Illness is able to offer. And this walk is definitely a celebration of all the efforts and the people that are working behind the scenes, but certainly also those that are the 1 in 5 and their family and their support system and their caregivers. I mean, you don't get over 1,200 participants.
And we have pet stations, so bring your pets, kids. So, you know, it's an awesome event for everybody.
And it's coming up soon. Again, Saturday, September 21st. All you really need, Vicki, is good weather.
Yes.
Like a day like this would be picture
awesome.
Perfect for a walk,
I thought that exactly this morning when I woke up.
Like nobody would sweat. It's so nice out.
For sure.
Granted, we're in Iowa, and you never know what you're going to get.
Right.
I think it's safe to say that we wouldn't have any snow September 21st.
Right.
And it's a great event, and I'm happy.
But we'll take it rain or shine. So.
Yes, right. It's going to go on. And there's Sammy with a great picture of Sammy Motley with Motley May Photography. So if you're in Muscatine, just know that there are a lot of ways you can be supported. And if you're like Vicki and you can take your personal story and pay it forward and help and be that support system for someone else, that's a really big deal and a great opportunity to give back.
Does make life much easier for us and our loved one to to know how to help them.
Right, absolutely. It's just great, and there's so much good information from your website to your Facebook page,
Yes.
and just the stuff that you were sending me and these different programs.
Yep.
And it's all right there,
Yep,
right?
great.
So
Yep.
you can find the support that you need. I mean, it's wild when we talk about this. Like, that's the NAMI home front for service member families. In front of me, I'm looking at the basics education program.
Parents for children, yeah.
It's just it's awesome to have this.
And they're no cost.
Right. That's
You
a good
can,
point. I'm
you
glad
know,
that you said
yeah.
that. Right. At no cost, you can really, start to feel better. And even if it's not you, if it's someone you know that you feel like could benefit from this, I just encourage you to reach out or at least have them jump online. But definitely get involved with the walk.
Yes.
It's
Love to
continued
see you. Love to
grow
see
over the
you.
years. All right.
All
Well,
right.
I feel like we've covered a lot. I appreciate everything that you do. And I know the walk's
you
going to be a
too.
success on
Yes.
September 21st.
Yep.
Be here soon.
Yep, it sure will.
Busy month.
Yep.
Holy
it
moly.
is. It
There's
is.
a lot going on this month.
And the first week in October is actually Mental Health Awareness Week. So
I didn't know that.
So we will be
Wow.
maybe plugging something in relating to that.
Perfect. All right. Well, this is great, Vicki. Thank you for being here.
Yes,
the
thank you,
NAMI
Tony.
walk is Saturday, September 21st in Bettendorf, Veterans Memorial Park.
Yes.
Ready to roll.
Yes.
Please get online, get on social media.
Register before walk day. It's real easy on our website
Sure.
to avoid waiting in the lines.
Right.
So-
And there will be lines because they're talking about
Yeah.
1,200 plus people,
Yeah.
which is a
we
good
try
thing.
Yep. But the more that register online and the less line waiting there
Right,
is. So-
exactly.
so.
We don't want anybody to cut the line. I kind of cut the line. I accidentally cut the line at Starbucks this morning. It's not the same
Yeah,
thing as cutting
no,
the line
no,
at the NAMI
yeah.
walk. But you understand, like, if you can avoid cutting a line,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
always the right thing to do. Thank you so much for being
Thanks,
here. I
Tony.
your time.
Appreciate you.
Vicki and the crew will be ready to go Saturday,
All right.
September 21st
Thanks.
with the walk. Don't miss out on
Thanks,
that.
everybody.
All right, let's go. ILCAM, CBI Bank and Trust ILCAM is set up in the birthday card aisle. Hope your birthday is filled with fun. That is hilarious. What a cool card. It's a taco card, everybody. Not an edible card, but it looks real good. And yeah, right? I like a card that sings. I think those are funny. We also have, in the floral department, we have balloons that sing. You tap the balloon, some of these balloons, and they start playing a song. It's pretty wild. I delivered a candy bouquet to a local school yesterday that had 3 balloons with it. I walked in the door at the school, one of the balloons popped. So I quickly got in the van, came back to the store, got a replacement balloon because I didn't want that birthday young person, who was for a student, to be upset. So yes, definitely check out that aisle 10 if you need birthday cards, greeting cards. That is so funny. That taco has eyes and arms and legs, everybody. All right, we have the Toyota Muscatine cart cam. Steve was out on the patrol. Today is National Cheese Pizza Day. I don't know if you knew that, but that's one of the things that's happening. It's also International Day of Charity. So will you pay it back, pay it forward in some capacity? It doesn't have to be on an international level. Certainly a lot of opportunities to give locally here in town, that is for sure. So, all right, Steve with the cart cam. I saw him take off. Okay, he's got to come back. Steve's got to come back. Well, in the meanwhile, John, we'll get you set up here in just a second, and Vicki, I guess you can head out if you need to. All right. I want you to stay. I want all the guests to stay. Everybody usually has to leave to go to work or something. No. Oh, well, maybe. We'll see. Listen, Iowa Hawkeye, Iowa State Cyclone apparel, it's here, and it's really, really priced well, right? So I'm going to show you just a couple examples of how good this stuff looks. We've got the, by the way, this Cyclone shirt, this is 100% my size. I just want you all to know that. Look at this. Look at that. That's this is a small, everybody. I don't think ever, maybe when I was a very young person, a littler Tony, I would fit into this, but not at 36. Not going to happen. So that's an option. And then check this out. So this is something that I'm going to do for sure. So we've got these shirts. This right here, I'll probably buy this one. It's a short sleeve shirt. It's my size, and it's $10. What? $10. Or I could get 3 of them, 3 shirts for $22. Do the math on that. That's an awesome deal. I love it. Crystal on Facebook says, come walk with us, talking about the NAMI walk. Yeah, right. Absolutely. Crystal, if you got a team together, if you're participating, leave a comment. Folks want you to get involved. So, again, if you need some college apparel, we'll get you all taken care of here in the store. I just can't believe, I mean, you know, again, we're talking about a shirt that would fit me for $10. As a big person, this normally doesn't happen, right? You're always kind of paying a little bit more for a 2 or 3XL shirt, but this right here, good to go. You already saw me, if you were watching at the beginning of the show, put on this hooded sweatshirt. It fit it's a little snug, but these are also really, really well priced, and we've got a good selection inside the store and a flyer with these deals on it as well. So don't forget to check that out. All right, if we've got Steve in the Toyota Muscatine car cam, John, you want to come on over? We'll get you hooked up here, pal. Let's send Steve as close as we can, maybe, to the frozen department. National Cheese Pizza Day. We'll certainly have like cheese pizza ready to go if you're looking for lunch or dinner. But if you don't have a lot of frozen pizza, I mean, huge selection. We've bought 35 different types of frozen pizza. There's a lot of natural Hy-Vee. We give you a feel in the bag day or new cycle shirt with some cheese pizza. All right, let's see. Here we go. There's the cart cam. It's locked and loaded. Thanks to our friends at Toyota Muscatine. That's a 2019 grocery cart. It's a hybrid. It runs on batteries. It runs on muscle, and it runs on solar power. You can find it now. Wouldn't it be something if every time somebody bought a car from Toyota Muscatine, if they mentioned the cart cam, if we gave them a little grocery cart? You like that idea? John Elsoff sitting down. How you doing, buddy?
Good
to see you. You like that
I
idea?
own 2 Toyotas.
You own 2 Toyotas.
I own
Perfect.
2 Toyotas.
This is great. All
My
right.
daughter's and mine.
There you go. It's fantastic. All right. So we'll see if Steve can make it towards the old frozen section. So there's where they're going to be pumping out. Oh, that's perfect, Steve. You know what? That's great. Those pizzas are ready to roll right in there, right? So Jesse and the crew at the Italian Express, always working hard, making great pizza. And if you want to just pick one up and take it home, they're right there. So that's a good option. Those pizzas are super easy to cook. Throw them in the oven, and you're all set. All right. John is here to talk about yoga and a lot of good opportunities to do yoga. It's great to have you here, pal. Welcome back to the show. You reached out because in addition to what we're going to talk about, it's also free demo week at the Y.
Yes.
So you can go to the Muscatine Community YMCA, get some classes,
All the fitness classes all week, all the way through.
It's fantastic.
Are free.
Yeah.
There's 3 or 4 that you pay
Yeah.
fees for, and those are waived this week.
That's so great.
So that's the average, every 5 weeks.
And
they're running
then
that.
you've got this idea that I love for yoga for families, John, for 2nd graders through 5th graders. Is that what the plan is?
Yes. Through the summer,
Sure.
I worked with the schools, with the United Way,
Yep.
and we had kids yoga at the meal sites through the summer.
Right.
I also had the opportunity to work with kids in the Y program.
Sure.
And as much as possible, tried to encourage kids yoga
Yeah.
all the way through the summer. What it led to was I developed a plan. I wanted to try to do something this fall
Sure.
with yoga for kids.
It's a great
And
idea.
what we decided on, because with kids you have to be very careful, especially with supervision
Sure.
and timing and so forth. And what we came up with was the idea of a parent-kids yoga, where the parents are invited to come down to yoga.
Yep.
And the age group that I selected was 2nd through 5th grade, because I'm a former camp counselor, and 2nd through 5th grade are the easiest, and it's where I received all my training
Cool. I
for
love it.
camp counseling.
Yeah.
And at that age, you can get kids, they can pay attention, you can work with them easier. And the concept of having a parent along with the kid, child, I don't want to say kid, makes it too generic, but it's a great time for families.
Sure.
Because another thing we looked at was what day during the week
Sure.
would be a good time for a parent and a child to bond for 1 hour doing something that they can both work on together, have family time, and no phones, no distractions, because all the distractions that the kids are getting today,
Sure.
I mean, their phone, their homework, you got band, you got chorus,
Sure.
you got soccer, you have football. Bring them in on a Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
It's a great idea.
Great time,
Yep.
family time, the parent and the child together learning yoga at the same time.
Absolutely.
Gives us a whole fall, early winter to try to blend that in. It's a brand new concept, brand new program, never been done before in Muscatine.
Isn't that
Or at the
exciting?
Y, so that's
Right.
why I like the idea too.
Never
ParentChild
been
Yoga.
done before. Yeah, Sunday at 1 o'clock. You're right. I mean, at that point, even
What-
if
what
you're
are
a
you doing on
churchgoer,
Sunday?
right? The only
We're
thing you're
already
doing is
done
maybe
church.
watching an NFL game. But other than that, wouldn't you like to spend time together with your child? And of course, as you know better than anybody,
There's our fees.
yoga is such good exercise. And yeah, the distractions. I mean, I got distraction right here, right? It's in my hand. It's attached to your hip all day. And, you know, for a lot of us, we feel like we can't disconnect. But
No.
for an hour on Sundays with your kid, if they're 2nd through 5th grade, boy, oh boy, just makes sense, doesn't it?
No phone, no computer. There's the only distraction. I have a really nice collection. The music that I use in my yoga classes
Perfect.
are Native American,
Okay.
flute, drum,
Sure.
that type of atmosphere.
But and I wonder, John, you know, for folks that are watching that are, it would be a first timer, you know, that they've never done yoga, their kid's never done it. I'm assuming that it's open to everybody, regardless of where they find themselves, from the yogis down to the novice, right? It's got to be something that makes sense for you because you want this to be a good experience for everybody. And I imagine that from the first class, which is this Sunday, if I'm not mistaken,
It will
right?
be this Sunday.
September 8th.
I had a previous engagement last week because of ball game schedules.
Right.
So I couldn't do it. So we're going to have the demo week this Sunday.
Perfect. Okay.
And it'll be free. And parents that have never tried yoga, I mean, it'll be a beginning experience
Sure.
because I'm focusing on a 2nd through a 5th grade child and having their attention and giving him or her the opportunity to begin to learn poses
Sure.
that will be fun, exciting, and easy to handle.
Yeah.
So you're going to start, this is ground level, groundbreaking, brand
great.
new.
Yep.
And they just will build in stages all the way through the fall into the program.
And John, I imagine when you shared the concept for parent and child yoga with, you know, everybody at the Y, they must have loved it, right? I mean, that's kind of, this is like bread and butter for what the Y is all about as far as,
Well, family values.
yeah, and being a good place for both parents and children alike. But
children.
I don't know how many other classes, there's a great picture right there. I don't know how many other classes are available. I don't know if I could do that pose. How many other classes are available that bring the parents and child together in that capacity? I mean, it's really thoughtful to do that because, you know, oftentimes you go to the Y, maybe you drop your kids at Y play and you go run
you
on
go
the
to the
treadmill.
Y play, the parents are in there, they're
Right.
on the universal machines
Yeah.
and running the track.
Exactly.
That
But
kind
this
of
is
thing,
going to be such
doing
a
the
shared,
free
a great shared experience that, and again, you know the health benefits and how it can just affect your well-being, and I'm assuming it's helped with mood and, you know, relaxing our kids that are, you hit the nail on the head, distracted and busy and stressed out. It's a tough time to be a kid. We just were talking to Vicki with NAMI, you know, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and I bet that yoga has incredible benefits for mental health.
Oh, there are.
Right?
Oh, there are.
And you know this firsthand
stress reduction.
from doing yoga for how many years now, John? You've been doing yoga? I mean, you're only 25 years old.
Yeah,
so,
that's right. I'm,
yeah.
you know, just a few years older than you. And by the way, happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Because I heard that. I can date myself going back and being in yoga classes as far back as 2001.
That's great. 18 years yoga has been part of your life.
And 4 years teaching.
And the benefits, I mean, again, for the folks that are watching, I mean, it wouldn't be you wouldn't do something for 18 years, 4 years as an instructor if it weren't beneficial.
Didn't like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you've had such a fun, busy summer. The last time you were here, I think there were like 6 or 7 or 8 different places throughout Muscatine that were offering yoga. So, John, we know for sure that yoga has some serious momentum in town.
There's some serious momentum here in town.
Absolutely. It's awesome.
As a matter of fact, this Saturday,
Sure.
I'll be over at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. I'm going to be at the Art Center
Okay.
because Melanie Alexander asked me to come over through the summer. This will be the third and final session of yoga in the Japanese garden.
Oh, it's so perfect.
And
right?
we tried the setting. We had a little disadvantage. The first day it was super hot.
Right.
So we moved inside. A lot of people stayed away because it was too hot. It was like 88 degrees by 10 o'clock in the morning.
Holy moly.
So we couldn't go out.
Yeah.
The second day we had rain, second time. So this time, the third Saturday, we'll try it again. Try it in the garden.
Sure.
You can register for these classes at the Muscatine Art Center's website.
Perfect.
And they'd like to have about 48 hours notice.
Sure.
And it'll be Saturday at 10.
It's great.
And, you know, that the last time I was here, I told you about the Cedar Rapids Yoga Festival. There was a 3-day event that just went on there.
Sure.
And the other events. But now there's like there's multiple yoga venues all over Muscatine
It's
now.
pretty cool, right? Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting. And again, this Sunday, September 8th, 1 o'clock at the Y, ParentChild Yoga.
ParentChild Yoga.
Free, since it's part of the demo week. And then if you like it, you get signed up and you keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And what a great opportunity. You can just have it be something that you do every Sunday at 1 o'clock as you get that time to unplug and be with your child. I think it's just great. You know, I wonder if you've thought about, because there's a friend of mine, Aaron Howard, who does yoga in the Quad Cities, and he has this big, like, free public yoga event that I think he's hosted for the second time now at the iWireless Center. Should we try and do something like that here in Muscatine, where maybe, you know, you close off a street downtown, or I'm trying to think if there's a space that has enough room, you know, right across the street. Calvary's got that family life portion of the building that's just massive. Gym at the high school. I don't know. Have you ever thought about that?
The free yoga sessions?
Well, just like a giant community yoga. Yeah, in Muscatine. Not to put anything else on your plate, but
no,
you know.
There was some discussions. We had some discussions a few years ago with some of the other yoga teachers, and we were kicking back some ideas for a yoga festival, and it just didn't work out at the time. And with the schedules that the other yoga teachers,
I was going to say,
that's the thing.
So
I mean, if you look
busy
at the websites for, you know, Allison is now, of course, she's working with the schools.
Correct. Yep.
Sarah's
Phelps,
taken her place downtown.
Sure.
Becky's still teaching yoga, and Sarah has her classes. Lindsay and Christina are downtown, and everybody. It's like, when would you find the time where everybody would be together at the same time?
I'm looking at that.
Having a day event. Now, let me throw this at you. We are planning at the Y in October. There's going to be a Saturday fitness fest. Perfect. You may get in touch with Mel about this, because that goes along with your idea of like a free community yoga.
Yeah.
Because I recommended to her this summer, I says, why don't we used to have the family, remember down on the riverfront they had the family fitness festival?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Jody Hansen is still promoting that idea. I was down at the band, your Thursday night event. I brought my yoga mats down. We were thinking about kids yoga down at the tent, but the size, the space, the noise level didn't quite match. But I took that idea back to Mel. She is working with people at the Y right now for a fitness festival starting about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning and running until 12:30.
That's a great idea.
Shortened fitness classes, yoga, tai chi, Zumba, kickboxing, whatever she can arrange. That's in the works right now for like the second or third Saturday. I already have a conflict with that day because that's also the day I've got tickets for the Penn State Iowa game. They haven't told us what time the game's yet.
I was gonna say,
and we don't know if it's 11 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock at night.
Right? Yeah.
And I got the ticket coming.
I'd love to do this yoga thing and this exercise day, but listen, I got this obligation to go watch. That's the best. And we schedule our life around this team. It's unbelievable.
Are we busy enough, or do we need another day of the week to put between Sunday and Monday?
I agree.
And
I agree.
Well, you know what we do?
I would just vote for a racing Monday.
When that happens, we'll fill it up in no time at all.
Well, some of the pictures that we were looking at from different places that have done these outdoor yogas, I mean, I don't know why I didn't think of Weed Park as a great
Arden
setting.
Creek.
Yeah, Arden Creek would be awesome.
I've practiced down in Weed Park. You know where the old pool used to be?
Yes.
I've gone there on Sunday afternoons just myself and taken the yoga mat out there and just practiced.
I love it.
My favorite spot that I have is real close to my house. Down off Park Avenue where River Drive goes down over the hill. The bike trail that goes up toward Weed Park. The gazebo alongside the river. Perfect spot for 3 or 4 yoga mats.
That is a good spot. I married somebody there because, I'm an ordained minister as well.
I didn't know that.
Well, if you ever want to have a yoga wedding, let me know.
The yoga wedding, okay.
I wonder as we wrap up again, Sunday, September 8th, this Sunday, 1 o'clock at the Y. ParentChild Yoga for free, first time with John at the Y. It's awesome.
And let me, excuse me for interrupting.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have reduced, because of the fact we had to move the day because of my schedule.
Right.
The people that register and buy the punch cards are going to get it at a discounted rate.
Nice.
They're going to prorate the first 5 weeks because of the fact we couldn't have the class last week.
That's nice. I like that.
So that'll help them. And when you're talking a yoga class for $6 as a Y member.
That's a good deal. You're going to feel so much better about yourself. And then obviously still doing, I imagine, the chair yoga.
Chair yoga. I'm doing chair yoga 10 o'clock Monday morning.
Great.
And then the regular fitness class, yoga, mat class, 1 o'clock Mondays. And then 10:10 on Wednesdays for my, what I call the all-level class. But
busy schedule with this guy over here, right? A busy schedule. Look at that. I mean, you got a lot going on.
And then Flow and Restore Yoga, that's Sarah, that's 6 o'clock Thursday night.
Cool.
Which I'll be teaching a class as a sub for Sarah on the 12th because she's got a wedding in the family and I'm going to fill in for her, so I'll be teaching another night there.
And then Aqua Yoga, also an option in the pool?
You better go talk to the swimming department about that one. I don't...
And that's not just me cannonballing into the pool, by the way. That's not how that works.
You can do a really good headstand or a handstand in the pool against the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a little jackknife
Actually,
into the
as a matter
water.
of fact, that class I think is running right now.
Oh, nice.
9:30 Thursday mornings.
It's happening as we speak. Yeah, right there on the screen. Marvelous. All right, listen, bring the kids. ParentChild Yoga this Sunday, 1 o'clock, Muscatine Community Y. John will be there running the show. I'm excited that you're doing it. I'm glad that you reached out because I wouldn't have known otherwise,
Oh, sure. I mean that's a perfect venue. A perfect venue to get word out about new things going on. And, you stress the family values, benefits of Y members. I mean, that's why I've been a member of the Y for 15 years.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Thanks for being here, buddy. I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
And again, if it's you or someone you know that's got the 2nd through 5th grader, bring them this Sunday, 1 o'clock. What a great opportunity to spend some time together learning yoga, whether it's the first time you've ever done yoga or you've been doing it for years, but now you want to bring in that child of yours and watch them enjoy it and try it. And Oh, it's awesome. It's this Sunday, 1 o'clock. First one is free, part of the free demo week at the Y. More details online, and yeah, we appreciate John's time. Keep me in the loop on what's going on, will you?
Thank you very much.
I'm glad that you have my email because it's a lot easier for people that can contact me. I mean, I try to stay connected with what's going on, but I'm not perfect, and I don't want to miss things, right? So thank you. I really appreciate your time,
There's
pal.
a lot of good venues for spreading the word in my former communications work that I've done.
Right. It's awesome.
Keep the contacts.
Yes, and don't be afraid to use them, right?
Use them.
And go Hawks. Go Hawks, right? Hawkeye football. All right. I want to mention the Thursday night steak dinner again. So that's tonight. If you're watching us live, Thursdays, 4 o'clock till 7, steak dinner, easy breezy. Come in, we'll get you taken care of. If you're watching this, after 7:30 p.m. on cable, or even if it's at 10:30, just save the date for next Thursday. Come and see us. Oh, my goodness. Steve, now that is just... Did you go to all that trouble for me? Did they tell you that I like these brownies? They did? All right, listen, here's the thing. This is awesome. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So this was kind of, it's not like a joke per se, but Jody Fuller and Jackie, the cake decorators in the bakery, they have these brownies, and occasionally I walk back and talk to them, and we take pictures of stuff, and then they go, do you want a sample of the brownie? And I'm not rude, so I always say yes. So I appreciate that very much. That's awesome. It comes with a happy birthday ring. I'm going to blow out that candle so it doesn't drip any wax on the brownies. Or hopefully it doesn't set off a sprinkler system in here. I think we're good. I'll even do that. Thank you. That's awesome. Those brownies are so good. And what's nice about that is that you're Steve saying that I don't have to share, right? Is that what you were just saying? You don't have to really share unless you want to get the little forks, little mini forks, like the little sample forks on that. That's awesome. He's got scissors, everybody. I'm going to get a haircut on the show. I appreciate that. Thank you kindly. Yeah, I don't know what happens when you turn 36. It doesn't feel different. Just like 35 didn't feel different last year. You have these milestone birthdays, right? 16, you start to drive, unless you're in Iowa, you start driving when you're 14, which I have my own thoughts on. But you go 16, 21, maybe 25, you save money on renting a car, and then it's all just counting them down until then, right? So now between 36 and 40, I don't know, what do? Gravity gets stronger, Steve says. Do yoga. I need to do more yoga, too. I do have, and I guess it runs for a week or two on Facebook. I'm doing one of those, you see people sometimes when it's their birthday, you can have a fundraiser. So I have a fundraiser going on for the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter. And so far, I think we've raised, I don't know what it was, $225 maybe. So that's awesome. And that'll run for 2 weeks. So if you're feeling generous, if you're on Facebook, all that money will go straight to the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter, a cause that I care an awful lot about. And they don't receive any funding from the state or federal government. Have my own thoughts on that as well. They rely on donations from individuals. Where are we at, Chad? So are we still at 225? I think we're about $225. That's awesome. So that's great. It was right above. If you scroll a hair past there, if we go down, there's a link. Right below, right there. Perfect. If you zoom in, 225 of $500. Awesome. All right, good deal. So that's great. So if you're feeling generous, make a donation. We'll get it to the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter. They need the help, and I want them to be able to stay open because they literally save lives, right? Women and children are fleeing domestic violence. That's a place they can go that is a safe haven in Muscatine, and want them to be able to stay open. All right, we talk about Iowa State. We've got a great flyer. It's right there on the screen. Now listen to this deal, will you please, as I stand up for a second? It's hard being this awkwardly tall and sitting for long periods of time. Look at this deal on these shirts. Thank you, buddy. 3 of them for $22, or if you just need one shirt, $10. How about the crew fleece sweatshirts? That'd be a sweatshirt without a hood, $15 each, or 2 for $22. Hooded sweatshirts, 2 for $26. When was the last time you paid $26 for 2 hooded sweatshirts? And these are good quality stuff, right? I just tried one on this morning. Sideline hats, 2 for $18. The winter hats I like an awful lot. The signage for the home, maybe you need a new sign for like a the man or woman cave, if you have the basement where you watch all the Hawkeye or Iowa State games. It's all there for you. Some socks as well. Can koozies. Yeah, it's a great time for sure if you love college football. And then, of course, tonight, and I'm going to mention this again because I see that our friend Captain John checking out the stream, and Captain John, like myself, big Chicago Bears fan. Tonight, NFL football returns, Thursday night football. Chicago Bears hosting the Green Bay Packers, and go Bears. I actually have a bet. I'm not ashamed to admit this. I have a bet. I bet on the Bears with my friend Alex Armstrong. Do you know what we bet? A 12-pack of White Claw. So I'm hoping to the victors go the spoils. I don't want to have to buy a 12-pack of White Claw for Alex Armstrong. I want him to be handing me tomorrow. Maybe we'll do it on the show when the Bears win. A 12-pack of Mango White Claw. That's a birthday present that keeps on giving, Clark. That would be okay with me. Thank you, Jordan, for the birthday wish on Facebook. I appreciate that, pal. Thank you. Things to mention, in addition to yoga with your kid this Sunday, September 8th, Lutheran Living, as I said awkwardly, Lutheran Living has their classic car show. It's not just classic cars. If you've got a friend of mine, Shanda, it's got the new Challenger, they're going to bring that. So whether it's a classic car, a new car, if it's a dad van and you're proud of it, motorcycle, you can bring it to Lutheran Living Senior Campus this Sunday for their car show starting at 10 a.m. A lot of fun, 50-50 raffle, silent auction, vendors, some food trucks. I'll be there from 11 to 3 playing some tunes and hosting a little bit. It'll be a good time, and I hope that you'll come out and support that. It'll be fun. Inside the Discover Muscatine newspaper this week, we've got another insert. I should have brought it with me as a prop. It's a big old insert in the paper, and it's got some great deals on it in the grocery department of the store, which are things like, you can see right there, macaroni and cheese, saltine crackers, bread for 58 cents. Are you kidding me? Heinz ketchup, paper plates, Capri Sun, brownie mix, tomato juice, batteries, Clorox wipes. I mean, this is all the things we could use in my house, and we do use on a weekly basis. Might as well save some money at the same time. You get the flu shot in the pharmacy. We'll put 20 cents on your fuel saver. Cold and flu season is here as far as I'm concerned. When school starts, the kids are going to get sick, and you don't want to deal with influenza. That's why you get the flu shot. And then watch this. Oh, my gosh, Becky, look at that tenderloin. 4 p.m. till close, dine-in only here inside the Market Grill Express where we're doing this show. You can have a hand-breaded tenderloin sandwich and fries for $3.99. I don't even know what the normal price is. $6.99 maybe? That's a heck of a deal. Do I come here for birthday dinner tonight? Do I get a tenderloin and a beer because I'd be off the clock? Maybe. And then if you're watching Iowa Hawkeye football this Saturday, why not watch it here in the Market Grill Express, only place in town with an all-you-can-eat appetizer bar for $10. I'm telling you, it's well worth it. Had it last weekend. Totally loved it. Half-price draft beer, $3 mixed drinks, and a great selection, as it says, of Iowa Hawkeye and Iowa State Cyclone apparel. Jen on Facebook saying there ain't no laws when you're drinking the Claw, the White Claw, of course. And she's right. No laws apply if you're having a White Claw. People make fun of me for, you know what? Listen, it's low carb, low sugar, alcoholic beverage. I'm sorry. This is America. I can have a White Claw if I want to. I'm fine. It's kind of like Clearly Canadian with booze in it. I don't know if you remember Clearly Canadian. That might be a reference that goes right over your head, but, I don't know. I don't feel like less manly because I have a White Claw. It's tasty. Man, I tried, what did I have last Saturday? We were watching the Hawkeye game right there at the bar. I tried a Truly. I'm more of a White Claw fan, if I'm being honest. Look at that. Now, the Pure is interesting. So the Pure Claw just has no flavor? I don't know. I haven't tried it. Maybe you get one of those, flavor things, like the Mio, whatever. I don't know. Pure hard seltzer. There's no laws when you're drinking a White Claw. I mean, there's laws, right? So please follow the laws. Don't break the laws. But my favorite is the mango, in case you're wondering. I like the mango White Claw. It's like 2 grams of sugar, 2 carbs, 100 calories or less. I don't know. I don't have to defend myself. I'm 36. I can do what I want, right? I'm a responsible adult. If I want to have a White Claw, you know what I had last night? Just this will appease the craft beer. I had a Gumball Head beer from wherever it's from. I don't know. I can't remember. But just so I got the yin and the yang. I got the White Claw and I got the Gumball Head, the nice IPA beer. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I don't want to keep defending myself. Y'all don't give me any hard. I love the contrary beers as well, right? Does that help if I say I love? That's exactly what I had. 3 Floyds. Thank you, Chad. Right there, Gumball Head. Delicious. Now available in Iowa. You used to only be able to get it out of state, but you can get it here now. It's marvelous. All right. I feel like we've covered all of these in that same ad that we just showed you. So let's go to Hy-Vee Gas, right? One of my favorite places. The best customer service. You know, you talk about getting gas in your vehicle and where do you go? I will tell you this right now. And even before I worked here, I knew that Hy-Vee Gas has the best customer service, period. I don't care where you're going. Nobody's as friendly. They know all their customers' names. They'll take excellent care of you. It starts with Terry Truitt, who's the boss of Hy-Vee Gas, and Randy and Paula and Janet and Chad and everybody and Betsy. They're just great. I don't know what else to tell you. And now when you pump 10 gallons, so you go over to Hy-Vee Gas, maybe you've got $1 off per gallon on your fuel saver. You use it. You go inside the gas station. They're going to put 10 cents back on your fuel saver card so long as you pumped 10 gallons. That's a ridiculously good deal through October 1st at Hy-Vee Gas. Remember, the only gas station in Muscatine that puts money back. It's like we pay you to get gas. Does that make sense? And they do such a good job. Here's how you know they're doing a good job at Hy-Vee Gas. Last week, they were up over 2,000 gallons pumped. So even if there's other places in town to get gas, it's like the little engine that could out there at Hy-Vee Gas. Chad, could that camera? We're at a weird angle. I don't know if that camera could see the gas station out there. If not, it's not a big deal. It's a weird request. Yeah. Plus, there's a truck. There's a giant truck out there. But it's just a little engine that could in the parking lot. I think it's the second oldest gas station in Hy-Vee, across the board, right? And they are awesome. They're rock stars, and they are worthy of me talking about them this much because they are. You talk about how you can learn to be a good Hy-Vee employee. It starts right out there with Terry and the crew at Hy-Vee Gas. Do you like that I'm totally the company guy now? I got the Hy-Vee pen. I think I stole this from Randy Beimer, HR guy. Don't tell him. He's got a whole box of them. All right. I feel like I've covered everything. September 5th. Not only is it my birthday, I would be remiss if I didn't mention it's Bob Newhart's birthday. The great Bob Newhart and I have the same birthday. I met Bob a couple years ago, Riverside Casino. It's also the late Freddie Mercury's birthday from Queen. And I used to know what other, famous people. Maybe Michael Keaton from Batman and Birdman, and what did I just watch that Michael Keaton was in? That movie from a couple years ago that won Best Picture Academy Award. I finally saw it about the Boston Globe. Spotlight, that's what it was. I watched that. So happy birthday to Michael Keaton. I'm sure that Michael Keaton will be returning the favor and wishing me a happy birthday at some point. We'll have to look for it. All right, so thank you for watching today. I appreciate it. Thanks to Vicki Walters with NAMI. The NAMI Walk is coming up Saturday, September 21st at Veterans Memorial Park in Bettendorf, and there are so many great options with respects to connecting families and caregivers. 1 in 5 Americans have a mental health condition, and NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, is working to break the stigmas and to have folks be comfortable talking about what's going on. And we appreciate the efforts that are happening here in Muscatine, certainly Robert Young Center inside MCSA, thanks to Unity Point Health and that Peer Dropin location. It's just great. Vicki, I've known Vicki for years now. Glad that she was on the show. NAMI Walk, Saturday, September 21st. And another shout out to Sammy Motley with Motley May Photography, who had a great fundraiser, and we'll be walking. So good for you, Sammy. And thanks to John Elsoft with, he's a yoga instructor. He's a yogi. Not yoga. What is it? Yoda, not Yoda. He's a yogi. John Elsoft, teaching yoga for over 4 years. He's been doing yoga for 18 years. This Sunday, September 8th at the Muscatine Community YMCA, ParentChild Yoga, 2nd through 5th graders. Bring the kid, mom and dad, do yoga for free, and then it's a small fee for Y members moving forward. All right, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and team staffing. Get your apparel, right? If you're watching college football, get your stuff. I am definitely going to treat myself to, I don't know if I can admit this. I don't have any Hawkeye shirts. Keep in mind, I came to Iowa in August of 2002 to go to St. Ambrose, and I was very much a Notre Dame fan because you grow up in the Chicago area, you're supporting Notre Dame or University of Illinois. But over the last 17 years, I certainly would find myself a Hawkeye fan, and I will treat myself to a shirt today, as long as it fits, right? As long as it fits, because the price is right, that's for sure. You can get 3 of these shirts for $22. Normally, one Hawkeye shirt costs like $20, so that's just fantastic. So take advantage of that deal. Come see us, and we've got one more show tomorrow. Friday, September 6th, we'll talk with Megan Francis, who is with Sunnybrook at Muscatine. Got a lot of stuff going on there. And then our friend Renee will be here, Southern Glazer's Wine and Spirits. She always has a lot of great ideas with the Tito's Vodkas of the world, and we'll catch up with Renee. We look forward to chatting with her. If you need anything from me in the meanwhile, HyVeetoday@gmail.com. Guest suggestions, comments, concerns, complaints, go to 867-5309. Ask for Jenny. She'll get you all taken care of. This show is live at 8:30 a.m. inside the Market Grill Express here at Hy-Vee, 2400 2nd Avenue, right off Highway 61, and you can catch replays on MPW Channel 5 at 7:30 or 10:30 p.m. My neighbor's house is for sale across the street. They had like 5 people looking at it last night, so that thing is not going to last. And if you're in the market, to buy or sell your home, it seems like real estate market is still very healthy here in Muscatine. So please consider doing that. And our friends at Remax, only place in town that can really, put your house on TV, which is pretty cool when you think about it. So we appreciate you watching. Thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll kick off the weekend, and a busy one at that. In the meanwhile, got some brownies to tend to. Somebody pay for these, or are they stolen? Nobody's answering. All right, good. Steve's putting it on my tab, he says. You put it on Jody Fuller's tab. $85 for 2 donuts. Is there a $100 bill inside here? We'll find out in just a moment. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
You're watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.